Hello everybody, welcome back to From Rhythm to Algorithm. We continue on with our derivation. What is sensorality? What does sensorality stabilize? So last episode, it was a good one if you didn't check it out. All of the big episodes with green are major proofing steps. We've talked about these consolidation limits. Again, the tuning of the guitar being E. If you pronounce the letters of the English alphabet, most of them are E. Or maybe not most, but there's 9 out of 26 tones will be the sound E. The base of the natural log is E. So we have this irreducibility, this sound. We discussed that empirical evidence as well as the functionality of independent sounds as complete words, such as E for and in Spanish. Another one I wanted to point out explicitly is oui en français, right? In French, when you say yes or the affirmation, it's E, oui. But a lot of times, again, not too far from Toronto, not too far from Quebec, but people will slur it and say way. O-U-I as way. And it's just a little thing, but again, you can hear phonetically the pronunciation going from we to way, and it's that E to A. Just something to point out moving along. What is musicality to language? We have 7 unique tones if you pronounce the English alphabet. Overall, we have a finite amount of sounds that you can make. In music, you have 8 different keys. And you have 7, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, yep. And then you have that iteration. So we have this, again, literally numerically, the number 8 is the infinity sign. 8 or 7 unique tones on the English language. And again, overall English is the sound ing and lish. Overall English is this filtration of the A and the E inversion. That's why it's the language of science. But we have 7 unique tones, and then we have 7 keys. And so what is musicality to language? What is rhythm to algorithm? So now we have this analytical perspective of why, literally phonetically, when you say the letter or the word, you're pronouncing the vowel I. We have from rhythm to algorithm. Rhythm being the fundamental physical principle conceptually, algorithm being the things we train computers to do automatically. But we have different spellings, right? And then the only vowel in rhythm for the fundamental base principle is Y. And so then we can see that transition to algorithm because the pronunciation is the I, not an I. But it would be, like if I had to use a phonetic dictionary, I'd put a little circumflex over the I, algorithm. But we have some sort of, again, evidence or getting towards a completion of analysis as to why the letter Y is the vowel of rhythm. And then it changes to the letter I for algorithm, which is a direct iteration of logarithm. And so just wanted to emphasize the spelling and pronunciation. Pronunciation preserves sound. Sound produces logic. Again, that logic is sound, literally. Sound is logic. Sensorality is logicality. Is rhythm logical? What is the relationship of logic and rhythm? Are algorithms logical? Logic, algorithmic, emphasizing the word structure. Again, contained within algorithmic, you have the syllability of logic. Chirality produces hierarchiality. Again, hierarchy, you spend it out, hierarchiality, and you drop the R as an iteration of chirality. But literally the physical structure of hierarchy is produced by chirating. The opposite of spiraling down is chiraling upward. And so that's just the natural evolution immediately present by a tulip or any flower's growth. Evolution is chiral. And you can see the Fibonacci sequence progressing forward. Range emerges from base. And so there I have for a biological basis or thought, I had genotype and phenotype, again as this fundamental stability of 2, this major differentiation from your genetics to how that genetics grows or evolves or responds to its environment. pointing out that I've balked a couple times at saying, you know, we have a base, we have some set with elements, and we do something to it, we operate on it, and it changes, is that output range. I want to say it's range, but again, just walking you through all of the intuition I have throughout this derivation. Emergence is a theme, right? Range is a theme of a base. A genre is a theme, right? I don't want to say a theme of a key, but you have a band and they'll play in one key their entire career. It will have a certain sound for them. And so just some intuition there. Emergence is a theme. Sensorality is a mode of transportation, directly connecting our variable, sensorality, to, right, cliches, but a mode of transportation you wouldn't really say is a cliche, but it's just like a phrasing, a chunk of syllability, words that people use commonly. Again, emphasizing transport has the word sport in it completely. What is a mode to a method, right? Sensorality is an MO, a method of operation. But now, right, a method of operation is a standard operating procedure. So connecting, again, if you're in the business world even a little bit, MO is more of a colloquial available phrasing, but standard, your SOPs, standard operating procedure, is a method of operation. But then method of operation is the direct logical structure of order of operation. Yeah, just emphasizing that and pointing it out. Sensorality is methodical. Sensorality is methodicality. Meticulous is methodical. What is operation to ordination? Operation is ordinary. What is modality to modularity? Sensorality is modular, right? My sectional couch is a modular couch. Pieces, discrete chunks. Orality is molar. Again, sensorality is modular, reducing syllability, produces directly. Orality is molar. So now you can clearly see, again, the linguistic derivation. We have some theorem, then we drive it down. We're going to have sensorality is, or some part of sensorality that's definitive and correct to a word form you can't deny. It's going to be conceptually consistent, and it will solidify, stabilize our working definition in respect to the rest of ontology. Nice. Molarity, or orality, is molar. Again, thinking of your molar teeth. Molarity is oral. Emphasizing molarity and morality. I have written them down as inverses, but again, commenting on the actual verbiage, because at this point, again, we're showing this direct geometric consequence of sound to letter. And so all of the explanation doesn't really make sense, even though you're following along. The results speak for themselves, but I call these inverses. But it's certainly a change of elementality. We're taking the L and the R and we're switching them. We're changing their position. I called that inverse, but I think more relevantly it would be iteration. Again, just providing you any logic that pops to my mind. But regardless, you're switching molarity and morality are direct iterations of the same syllability. Sensorality is base case, right? Now we have this fundamental kind of rhyming progression. A, B, C, base case. Casing is capitalizing, right? The officer was casing the scene. But we have uppercase, lowercase to indicate capital letters or not capital letters. Casing is capitalizing. A shell is a casing. Sensation is vibrational. Vibrationality is sensationality. Vibration is algorithmic. Rationality is rhythmic. Again, with that I spelling. Vibrationality is rhythmicality. And again, that's just a statement of this inversion. You have one thing, movement. To maximize movement, you have rhythm. To minimize movement, you will produce a vibration. Two sides of the same coin. So not a natural definition. What we've been calling natural definitions are these chunks of syllables, the same letters. You can see them. But conceptually, vibration and rhythm are just two different words for the same thing, movement. Rhythm, reasons. Sensorality is reasonality. Sensorality is reasonality. Reasonality is reasonability. Reality reasons. Reality is rhythmic. Rhythmic is hypnotic. Sensorality is hypnoticality. Sensorality is hypocriticality. I know we've done that one several times. Reality is critical. So again, producing these linguistic word forms, we've shown the conceptual consistency, we've proven a ton of stuff along the way, and now we just need our concepts in the right order. It will produce the words, and it'll be directly literal. Again, there is no depth to language. Reality is critical, and then mass, M-A-S-S, is bass, B-A-S-S, and that is a natural definition. Sound is the basis or the base of language. Mass is bass, B-A-S-S, as a natural definition. Mass, right, sound is produced because of mass moving. The thing that moves is mass, and that produces sound, and that sound is structured. Again, linguistics is what we're calling letters. Language still has the word gauge in it. A gauge is a sensor. All of this stuff, again, is some sort of resolution. We just need our concepts in the right order. We are progressing our linguistics along the way, proving what we can, discussing the empirical evidence. My rights continue to be violated. I continue to beg to whoever actually watches these videos. I have no understanding of what you accomplish by not paying me a little bit of money to eat properly, to sleep properly, and to work. It continues to ruin my capacity. It's already ruined my life. And all I want to do is work. It's the most hilarious shit in the world. You're surrounded by a bunch of people. Oh, I work hard, work hard, work hard. It's like, okay, keep up. And then you're like, get the fuck out of my way. But you can't live a life in a country with no laws, and you can't have a career when you're born into a society where people don't know how to fucking do math even a little bit. And then it's like, hey guys, let's demonstrate analysis. And it's just like, sweet. That's what I have for now. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.